It's so nice being able to talk to you and meet you here. And I'm sorry about your aunt.
Thank you.
I truly am. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of the woman that you are.
Oh,
So I love your character. I
oh,
say she's bold, classy at the same time, and beautiful. But
oh,
it's you that I'm really interested in.
oh,
It's the Alretha Thomas,
thank
because
you.
when Cyrus said that we were going to interview you, I immediately said, okay, there's more to her than the show. So I went on your website and I looked at your blog. I
Oh,
read I read some things, okay?
wow.
So you've worked what I call a normal 8 to 5 job. You were
Yeah,
writing books, wishing for publishing deals that never happened.
yes,
And while working, you're in the file room or in a room dreaming about acting.
yes,
And yet you left your job
yes,
because you reminded yourself of God's words, God's promises.
yes.
As humans, we do that. But my question for you was, how hard was it for you to believe and not give up?
Okay, Oprah Winfrey Jr., you're making me cry here. Um, wow. I think when God puts a desire in your heart and your ministry, it's a ministry, and you've been called. Jonah tried to escape. He got caught up in the whale's belly. You cannot escape what God has put in you. And you're right about it's bigger than a character, because it's bigger. It's a bigger thing. It's a ministry. It's about loving on people, giving people hope, encouraging people, letting people know that you may have come from an abusive background. Don't give up. Like there's an episode I did with Tamala Mann where it says, she tells me, her character core says, your latter days will be better than your former days. And that is so true, because the life I have now is nothing like the childhood I had. I used to remember when I would wet the bed and I would be terrified because I didn't even know I wet the bed. I would just wake up and the bed was wet. And I knew it meant I was going to get an extension cord bead. And I used to say, the day I stop wetting in the bed is going to be the most amazing. My life will be amazing. That's how low my bar was. I said my life will be amazing the day I stop wetting the bed, because then I don't have to get beat anymore.
I'm sorry.
I had no idea what God had for me. I had no idea that I was going to have the life I have today. And he says, when you stay with him and you walk with him and you run with him and you believe and you trust. I accepted Christ when I was 11 years old. I was baptized when I was 13. They call me Bible girl in high school. And because of the trauma that I had, I acted it out in my 20s and I went wild. But God brought me back in the fold. He brought me back. And I got back in my word, and I got back living the life that he had for me, and my life changed. I celebrated 25 years of marriage to a beautiful man on September 18th. I have a home. I have my health. I have friends. I have people like you and Cyrus in my life. I have an amazing life. And I'm here not to live for myself, but to be there and to help others. And God has blessed me to do that over these years, to give back emotionally, materially, monetarily, spiritually. I have been able to give back. And that's my ministry. And I'm so grateful. And it's because of God that I stayed the course, only because of him.
Wow. Well, I've got some good news. At least I think it's good news. You're still blessing people,
Oh,
because as I read your blog, you made me feel like the way I feel when I miss Sundays at church. And the day I go, I look up when the pastor starts talking and I say, God told him to say, Stacy's here. And your personal blogs, you had one where you were talking once again about being the executive secretary.
yes.
You were talking about how you felt. You told how you left your job and you didn't have an acting job.
No.
So just like you're on this platform now being vulnerable and sharing your true self, why? That's my question. Why tell so much?
Because people need to hear it. We need to be an open book. People need to hear it, because social media We're inundated with social media. We're inundated with gloss and floss and people in Mercedes and people on the red carpet and people in jets and people living large. And then you have people that are suffering. There are people underwater right now. There are people dodging bullets in the Middle East. And I think about how it makes people feel. Wow, how unfair. Why do they get to live like that? I want people to know that I didn't just get here. It hasn't always been this way. So that means there's hope for you too. That's why I share so much. So that the person that's going through what I went through or even worse will know, oh my God, it gets better. That this isn't the best it gets. So that little boy or girl who's under the house or running from that extension cord beating, that feels, why was I born into this family? Hello, I'm right here to let you know it's going to get better. Don't give up 5 minutes for the miracle. If this happened for me, if this is a life that I was able to have, you can have it too and more. And it's not just about, please don't get it twisted. It's not just about being on a TV show or material things, because there are people that have won all kind of awards, that have walked the red carpet, that have millions and have killed themselves. That is not going to make you happy. It's knowing who you are, knowing that you're a child of God, that you are worthy regardless of what you have. The fact that you're here, you're worthy. Your trappings don't make you worthy. If you have nothing, you're worthy. We're all the same. No one is better. I'm not better. No one's better than anybody. We're all children of God. And we're all the same. And you have intrinsic value. And know that. Know that your value is not contingent upon the degree, PhD, whatever you have behind you. It's not. You are valuable because you are. That's my message.
Look at God setting Aretha up with Stacy to get her straight today. I would like to end this with, I'm thankful for you.
Thank you.
Keep doing you. And tell my possibly, perhaps cousin, I said thank you for having your back.